So I'm just going to take you around the machine and give you a bit of a lowdown on what all the different things are, so you can get a bit familiar with it. So up the pointy end here, that's obviously a set of fork tines, or pallet forks as we call it, adjustable in and out by hand. And over here is our slasher, and that's our log grab. That's our digger attachment. Over the back here we have a scrub rake, and then we have at the back our rock bucket, and then over here our 4-in-1, and this is an option where you can put wider tyres on it if you've got particularly boggy sand. So looking at the machine itself, inside the cab, here is our brake. The handbrake or park brake as it is works by putting that down and adjusting that red knob down, or pushing that down, and that's your park brake. And then to release, you just push the brake and it flies back up again. Just accelerator on the other side, that's simply all that go and stop is. And then up in here we have the bucket control. So pushing forward and backwards is going to give you lift and lower, and pushing left and right gives you tilt. And then inside it, as you can see, the red button that is here, that's your gear. So forward gear, and then neutral, reverse gear. And then lastly, that that yellow button over there is about speed 1 and speed 2. So as you press it down, it has a slow speed, which can be handy, and then you push it again and it has a high speed, which is generally about twice as fast. So this little lever here is the quick hitch or auxiliary hydraulics, should you need them, and I'll show you at the front what that is in a minute. This here is the red button that starts and stops it, so that engages the electricity. So they are quite difficult to pull on, but there's a way of pulling it. And then you can hear the hydraulic pump in there. And then over here, underneath on this switch here, is how we slow down the hydraulics. So as we turn, you can hear the hydraulics slowing down, and as I was talking earlier, you can get it down to that. You need some hydraulics to be able to turn the steering and also lift the up and down, which you'll see in a minute that's quite slow now. But that saves a lot of battery. So if you don't have a lot of hydraulics to use, turning that down and also much quieter is really, really beneficial. Next to it is your 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive that we talked about. So you'll be able to turn the key. One is off, so if you ever have to take it out, nobody can drive when it's in the off position like that. That's the way to secure it. 2-wheel drive selection there, and then 4-wheel drive further around. Again, that's about saving battery. You will find that you'll lose traction pretty quickly if you're just in 2-wheel drive. So 4-wheel drive if the terrain is anything except smooth, but you can save a lot of battery by having it in 2-wheel drive. The other switches there are just the front work light, which will turn on. So if you've got some nighttime stuff to do, reasonably bright LED, and then also it has indicators. With the warning sounds. So the other thing up here, the only other piece of maintenance that you get from time to time, you may need to fill up. This is the brake reservoir with .4 brake fluid, but that you only ever lose that if something happens to one of your hoses or a master cylinder or something like that. So generally that just needs to be checked every now and then to make sure that you're not losing oil. Steering wheel up here with a horn, and then obviously the knob to be able to steer it accordingly as you need it. So the other thing underneath here, that little port there, that is the charger port. So we stick our charger plug in there, and then the other end goes into a standard GPO, and we charge up. The smart charger takes over. Flashing light, which is magnetic. So you can take that off, put that on the top. We normally just put it under there for travel. A couple of mirrors, seat and seat belt, tow hitch, rear brake lights and reverse lights. And up the front end through the boom and tilt and that sort of stuff. Here we have the quick hitch. So you notice here, these are the two quick couples. Separate to that is a little valve here that you move over. To be able to changes it from the quick hitch circuit to the power outlet. So if you've got something like a slasher or a log grab or a digger, these have the other end to the hydraulic couplers, and you just plug those in. You switch over that little ball valve, and then this becomes your operation for that rather than the quick hitch. When it's in quick hitch mode, what you're able to do is it basically drops this ram out here that enables you, pulls the pins in, and then you're able to lower it down, falls out of the hooks up here like that, and then you can go and pick up another attachment, engage it again with the lever, and then that ram will come out and away you go. That's basically it. As I say, read the ops manual. It'll give you a lot of insight to what's needed and how it works. And if you have any queries at all, we can contact the Brumby Life guys through the website.